How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, football pundits around the world? It is your boy Adam here live on Couch Sports Football, where we have FA Cup action for you guys. Hope we're having a wonderful day. Where we all from and who do we support? Are we Manchester United fans? Are we Manchester City fans? Or are we just fans of football? Let me know in the chat. How are we doing? We got a huge game in the footballing world, ladies and gentlemen. It's the FA Cup final where we have the Manchester Derby in a final, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester City taking on Manchester United. Who comes out on top? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. The players getting ready to come out for both sides. It's Manchester that's being repped today, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Are we ready for the FA Cup final today? Let me know in the chat. The players getting ready to come out here. What a beautiful spectacle. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. The fans are waiting. The players approaching. Prince William there having a chat. How are we doing? Are we ready? The players getting ready. The blue moon being sung over the Wembley Arch, ladies and gentlemen. United fans trying to out-sing them. Manchester United against Manchester City. How are we doing? Hope we're having a wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen, for a spectacle here at the Wembley? That guy's ready to fight. Never mind to play football. Manchester City, the favourites in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Ferguson walks out here with the trophy and Scuba Culture. Good morning, my brother. Sir Alex Ferguson and an old man from Man City walk out with the FA Cup trophy. This is what the teams are playing for, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Ferguson trying to rile up the Manchester United fans. The players getting ready to come out. How are we predicting this one today, guys? Bruno Fernandes steps over as the Manchester United captain. No Harry Maguire in the starting lineup today. He's gone Victor Lindelof. Luke Shaw. Scuba Culture wants United to it. Wow. Scuba Culture was united to it. Look, Manchester City are the juggernauts. Manchester United are going into this final as the underdogs. This is a David and Goliath situation, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready? City can't win it all, Scuba Culture. What are Manchester City going to do today? I would not be surprised if they steamrolled past Manchester United. Erling Haaland, Rocky Four, Ilkay Gundogan, Pep Guardiola, Erik ten Hag. It's the ball derby, ladies and gentlemen. The hellish derby. Bruno Fernandes takes his mascot, so does the City. The players do their last rile-ups in the tunnel as they approach the stadium here at the Wembley Arch. Erling Haaland steps onto his first appearance at Wembley, ladies and gentlemen. Casemiro, Victor Lindelof, Ruben Diaz all alongside. The Manchester Red is red against blue. Who comes out on top, ladies and gentlemen? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. What are we predicting? Wembley host the FA Cup final, ladies and gentlemen. The players make their way onto the stadium. Prince William, the heir to the throne, the Prince of Wales, comes onto the pitch, greeted by Ilkay Gundogan, and he comes over and shakes the hands of the Manchester City players. Ruben Diaz, Ortega is in goal today, ladies and gentlemen. Pep Guardiola. Who's the referee today? Erik ten Hag. Look at these hairless guys, man. So many bald people. Bruno Fernandes, David De Gea, Casemiro, Victor Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Fred Eriksen, Rafael Varane, Jadon Sancho, and Marcus Rashford at the end, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready? Prince William stands, observes the footballing teams ahead of him. Now we will have the national anthem. We all know we go hard for that. God save our gracious King. Long live our noble King. God save the King. Fa la la la, send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the King. Come on, England! Come on, United! Let's see what we can do today. Let's see how far away we are from Manchester City. Manchester City, the juggernauts. Manchester United, the underdogs. I didn't realize they had people doing sign language for the national anthem, which was brilliant. The players embrace each other now. Manchester City players coming over to embrace the Manchester United players in this FA Cup final. It's going to be a huge game, ladies and gentlemen. A huge game. Are we ready? Are we ready? Well, Let's give you the team news. And Ortega is in goal. The question is whether he goes Edison or Ortega. But he goes Ortega. And besides that, it's a starting 10 that we could have guessed. Walker, Diaz, Akanji, Stones, Rodri, Silva, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Grealish, and Erling Haaland playing up front. Let's go with the Manchester United team news. I'll be honest with you, that's kind of the team I would have picked, considering the injuries that we have. David De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Shaw, Fred Eriksson, Casemiro, Fernandes, Rashford, and Jadon Sancho play up top. How are we doing? Get your drinks ready, ladies and gentlemen. The City fans are already dancing. They've already got their back to the wall. One team fighting for the treble. One team trying to stop it from happening. Manchester City against Manchester United. Who comes out on top? Erik ten Hag with Steve McLaren. Pep Guardiola waits on the sidelines. We have a huge game, ladies and gentlemen. A huge game in the FA Cup final. Manchester City in their famous blue and white. Manchester United in red and black. Red and black. Who comes out on top? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Manchester City will kick off shooting from left to right. Manchester United from right to left. How are we doing? Get your predictions in the chat, because we're going to have kickoff in about a couple of seconds. And it's Man City to start the game off with Ilkay Gundogan all the way back to Ortega. And Ortega clears the ball down the line. Manchester City from left to right. Manchester United from right to left. It's a long ball over the top. Kevin De Bruyne gets there. And a Gundogan with a shot. And Manchester City are a goal up in the first 10 seconds of the game. This is not how the script was supposed to go. The game kicks off. And Manchester City are a goal up here. Courtesy of that man, Ilkay Gundogan. The Manchester United players stunned. Erik ten Hag speechless. The fans silent. It's just a long ball over the top. Erling Haaland wins the header. Kevin De Bruyne gets the header. Lindelof and Gundogan takes a shot first time. And David De Gea can't get there. And it's 1-0 Man City. One 0 ladies and gentlemen. The game kicks off for the second time. This time, Manchester United. What a way to start. Scuba culture, ridiculous. Where are, they say, you think of the interviews that you've heard from Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, Rio Ferdinand, anyone in BT and Sky Sports, you think about the first thing they always say is win your first duels. The first duel in the game, win it. Whoever you're against, win that duel. Manchester United on the halfway line. Will have to come back from a goal down if they want to win today. As Rodri wins the ball back and it goes all the way back to Ortega. And Ortega clears the ball high up into the air. Long ball up top towards Erling Haaland. 1-on-1 against Victor Lindelof. Tries to hold on to the ball, goes backwards to Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish into the path of the goal scorer, Ilkay Gundogan. Same thing we tell the kiddos, win that first tackle, make that first pass, win that first duel, get that first shot off, get it on target, get that tackle in, get that save in, get your hand on it, as Kevin De Bruyne tries to run through the Manchester United players, but Fred brings him down, and it's going to be a free kick, Man City down the right-hand side. But Manchester United give a goal away in the first 15 seconds of the game, and we knew it was going to be difficult for United. It just got that little bit harder. Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva step over this free kick down the right-hand side. They've got one goal in the first 10 minutes. Can they make it 2 under 5? Bernardo Silva leaves it to Kevin De Bruyne, puts the ball in there, heading towards goal, and it's just wide by Rodri. And Manchester United need to wake up here, because City are definitely in for it. Both flat-footed, David De Gea. Wow. David De Gea to restart in the 6-yard box. Long kick up top towards Rashford, headed away by Diaz. Kevin De Bruyne flicks it on, but offside flag goes up. And Manchester City restart. Manchester United need to wake up here. This is an FA Cup final. Haaland comes deep. Plays it into the path of Stones. Stones backwards to Kyle Walker on the halfway line. Into the path of Diaz on the centre circle. Now City will slow the game down and just move it about. Akanji to Gundogan. Turns away from Casemiro. He holds onto the ball beautifully. Brings the ball central. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Fred comes up to cover. Backwards to Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne threads it in between the lines to Stones, who finds himself in the box. Christian Eriksen's tracking back here. Kevin De Bruyne right foot into the box, headed away by Victor Lindelof. Walker brings the ball under control, but Fred is there. Rodri wins it back for City in the Manchester United half, and it goes all the way back to Diaz, and it's Akanji now bringing the ball forward here for Manchester City, driving into the Manchester United half, out to Jack Grealish down the left-hand side, 1-on-1 against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This is going to be a beautiful challenge today. Backwards to Diaz, threads the pass into Gundogan, but his pass is intercepted. And Manchester United lose the ball with Bruno Fernandes. And it's Jack Grealish bringing the ball forward. Haaland to his right, he goes left. It goes out for a goal kick. One 0 Manchester City, ladies and gentlemen. David De Gea to restart the game here. On this right hand side. Long kick up top towards Akanji. Sancho will try and get the head of Diaz, but it goes out for a throwing here for Manchester City down this left hand side. David Beckham probably thinking, what the hell went wrong there at the start? Am I right? Varane goes all the way back to Lindelof on the right hand side. David De Gea high up top towards Marcus Rashford, charging it down against Diaz, but Ortega's off his line, and it goes out to the keeper to restart here on this left hand side. Ortega on the ball. 7 minutes into the game, Ortega hasn't conceded today. So Manchester United will have to come back and hope Man City concede. Ortega on the ball on the left-hand side. Floats the ball towards the halfway line, towards Haaland, who wins the header against Lindelof. De Bruyne can't keep it alive. Casemiro into the path of Eriksen. Headed away by Stones. Rodri brings the ball under control. High up top towards Bernardo Silva. Sancho wins it back. Can Fred get the head of Haaland? No, he can't. Haaland finds Bernardo Silva, but Eriksen takes it off him. And Fred comes away with a ball on the centre circle. Into the path of Rashford. Bruno Fernandes has Sancho down his left-hand side. Walker comes over to cover. Sancho 1-1 against Walker. Manchester United are called down here. Backwards to Casemiro. Into the path of Eriksen. Back to Bruno. Bruno holds onto the ball here. Into the middle, finds Casemiro. Lands on him from distance. And Stones clears it away. Lindelof wins the header. Bruno Fernandes are on the turn. Manchester United have the ball here. Moving the ball about out to that right side towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. 1-on-1 against Jack Grealish in the attacking third. Fred, Casemiro, left foot into the box towards Bruno Fernandes. And it's a push in the back free kick. Manchester City. Ortega to restart on this left-hand side. Ladies and gentlemen, Manchester United are a goal down in the first. Diaz on the ball on this left-hand side. Christian Eriksen applying some pressure. Squares it back to Ortega. Ortega out of the edge of the box. Goes into the path of Diaz. Diaz first time into Akanji down that left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes comes over to cover Akanji on the halfway line. Floats it up top towards Walker. And Man City restart on this left-hand side. 9 minutes into the game. Manchester City 1. Manchester United 0. Plays a 1-2 with Stones and minds to find Rodri in the centre circle, who's in between the lines. And he drives with the ball. Rashford's tracking back. He gets away from the challenge out to the right side towards Bernardo Silva, bringing the ball forward to the edge of the corner of the box. Left foot out to Grealish, but Wan-Bissaka's there to clear it. And Akanji picks up the loose ball here. Diaz on the halfway line. Floats the ball up top towards Kevin De Bruyne down the right side, but he can't control it. And it goes all the way out for a goal kick on the right side for Manchester United. 9 minutes into the game. How are we all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Here we go with Diaz on the ball on the left-hand side. Telling Rodri to move out of his space. 10 minutes in. Walker. Back to Ortega. Ortega into the path of Akanji down the left-hand side. Backwards to Diaz on the edge of his own box. City just moving the ball about. There's always a City player free. Walker to Bernardo Silva on the halfway line. Backwards to Diaz. Diaz holds onto the ball. Into the path of Akanji. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Are we Manchester United fans? Are we Man City fans? Are we just fans of football? As Akanji and Casemiro go down here. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? VAR having a check here with Casemiro. Akanji stays on the ground. 11 minutes into the game. How are we doing? Manchester United fans are silent. The City fans are celebrating. They were celebrating before the game even started. Casemiro on the halfway line here. 12 minutes in. How are we doing? Where are we from? Who do we support? Casemiro on the halfway line. 1-2 with Bruno. Out wide to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Into rather Bruno. Bruno backwards to Lindelof on the centre circle. First time into Varane. Varane quickly out of his feet. Up top towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka trying to get there ahead of Akanji. He does. He can't stop it. Goes out for a goal kick on this left-hand side. Manchester United 1. Sorry, Manchester City 1. Manchester United 0. Why is De Gea not diving for it? Why is he not diving for it? Why does he not dive for it? Why is he stood there? Erling Haaland loses the ball to Christian Eriksen. Stones recovers it back. Rodri goes out wide to Walker, and Walker on the edge of his own box tries to bring the ball forward. Squares it into Bernardo Silva. Backwards to Ortega. Ortega on this left-hand side, high up top. Varane against Haaland. Haaland can't get there. Lindelof does. And Wan-Bissaka goes all the way back to David De Gea. And De Gea will get out of his feet and just clear it down the line. Bruno loses the ball there, but Christian Eriksen wins it back on the centre circle. Tries to feed it forward, but it's intercepted there by Bernardo Silva. And Luke Shaw picks up the loose ball on the right side. Manchester United just growing in this game. Trying to get their passes off. Struggling a bit. De Gea. High up top again towards Sancho. Rashford will try and get there ahead of Diaz, and he does. He gets away from Walker. Lays it past Sancho on that right side. 1-on-1 against Akanji. Gets himself into the box. Tries to return it back to Rashford, but he couldn't get out of his feet. And he's clear away. Casemiro gets there first. Lays it into Sancho. Sancho on the edge of the box. Loses the ball. And Ilkay Gundogan now brings it forward. But Sancho nearly wins it back. And Jack Grealish on that left-hand side finds Ilkay Gundogan. And Bruno with the challenge. Goes out for a throwing on the left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes there. Trying to wake up these players. Akanji on the ball now on this left-hand side. Headed away by Wan-Bissaka. Fred gets ahead of Kevin De Bruyne, but Rodri takes it off him. And he switches over the top towards Kyle Walker. And Kyle Walker's got space to run into now. And he tries with it into the Manchester United half. Luke Shaw's covering on the right side, but he holds the ball up here, Walker. Backwards to Stones. Stones into the path of Diaz on the centre circle. Diaz to Stones. Stones playing in the midfield role today. It's a back three. Akanji to Gundogan to Rodri. Nearly loses it, but manages to find the pass to Stones. And Ruben Diaz now has it on this left-hand side. Threads the pass into Haaland, who can't get away from Fred. Free kick City on the centre circle. Here we go with Akanji on the halfway line. Into the path of Stones. Manchester United may have gone a goal down here, but they're not letting City run away with it. Well, let's see how long it lasts for. 16 minutes into the game. Manchester City are a goal up here. Diaz on the centre circle. Into the middle finds Haaland. Haaland finds Rodri. Rodri into the path of Gundogan. Grealish to his left. Haaland in the box. Ball put in there towards Haaland. And David De Gea gets there ahead of it. David De Gea restarts on the right side for Manchester United. Luke Shaw back to De Gea. Manchester United can't play out of their own box. They're forced to go long. Rashford can't get there ahead of Akanji. Ilkay Gundogan tries to flick it into Grealish, but Wan-Bissaka's there. Gundogan nearly takes off him, but Wan-Bissaka comes away with it. Bruno Fernandes are bringing the ball forward. Down the line towards Rashford on the right side. Charging against Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker gets there ahead of Sancho. Goes backwards to Ortega. And he finds Diaz. Akanji on that left-hand side. Threads it into the middle towards Gundogan. Casemiro can't get there. Kevin De Bruyne loses the ball to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's brought down. Free kick Manchester United. Manchester United might be a goal down here, but Erik ten Hag will be happy with what he's seen so far. Varane to restart on the giant side. Victor Lindelof on the centre circle to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw goes backwards to David De Gea on the edge of his own box. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0 with a David De Gea with a wasted ball over the top, and it goes into the path of Ortega on this left-hand side. Stones. Stones bringing it forward, squares it to Rodri. Out to Gundogan on the halfway line, backwards to Akanji in his own half. And he goes all the way back to Ortega. Manchester City will restart here on this left-hand side. Plays a 1-2 with Rodri. Man, there's always a Man City player free. No matter where they are, there's always a Man City player free. Manchester United chasing shadows. Kevin De Bruyne can't get the head of Luke Shaw. Goes out for a Manchester United throwing, taken quickly. Victor Lindelof on the halfway line. Casemiro takes another turn. Fred loses the ball to Bernardo Silva. Ilkay Gundogan finds Haaland on the centre circle. Driving with the ball. He's got Jack Grealish ahead of it. But Haaland holds the ball up on the halfway line and goes backwards to Akanji. Stones to Diaz. Diaz on the left-hand side. Goes backwards to Ortega. And Ortega finds Kyle Walker. Diaz to Ortega. Up top, Kevin De Bruyne to Haaland, who's holding it up. Varane holds on to him. Free kick, Manchester City here. I think Haaland slips there more than he's been held. 20 minutes played. City 1, Manchester United 0. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Diaz on the ball. Up top towards Jack Grealish, but not on the same wavelength. And David De Gea will restart on the try side. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. David De Gea to restart on the try side. 20 minutes played. Rodri wins the header. Haaland brings the ball under control. One-on-one against Lindelof. Gets away from Varane. Drives with the ball on the left-hand side. And is shot over the bar. Goal kick on the try side for Manchester United. Manchester United need to take charge. Someone needs to take charge today. Casemiro to Varane on the right side. Holds onto the ball here. Experienced players need to take charge now. You look at Varane, you look at Casemiro, Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen. Luke Shaw now on the ball to Fred. Fred takes on the turn. Finds Christian Eriksen. First time in towards Bruno. Cleared away. And it'll fall to Victor Lindelof on the try side. Manchester United trying to play out from the back here. David De Gea. David De Gea finds Casemiro. Out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right side. Tries to feed it down the line towards Jadon Sancho. He gets there. Back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bringing the ball forward here. Jadon Sancho through the middle, but he can't find the pass. And Rodri is there to intercept. And he goes all the way back to Ortega on the 6-yard box. Floats the ball out of the box. Into the path of Kevin De Bruyne on the centre circle. Christian Eriksen all over him. He doesn't do the tactical foul. De Bruyne bringing the ball forward here. Haaland to his right. De Bruyne has the red carpet open for him. But Manchester United win it back up. Fred's there. Into the pass of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Jan with the ball. Jack Grealish trying to track back. Down the line towards Rashford. Can he get the head of Diaz? He's put the burners on. Diaz is there. And it goes out for a corner here on that right side. That's a corner, ref. Have you not seen that? Referee, even the linesman didn't see it. Wake up, man. Walker on the ball on this left-hand side. To Bernardo Silva. Rodri bringing the ball towards the centre circle. Manchester United. You can see Sancho and Rashford playing up top. Eriksen and Bruno in behind. Fred and Casemiro doing the defensive work. Diaz on the centre circle. To Haaland. Loses the ball there to Bruno Fernandes. Lindelof to Varane. Eriksen. Out to Bruno Fernandes. Out wide to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Rashford is alongside him. So is Sancho. He tries to go down the outside of Akanji. Backwards to Bruno. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is definitely growing in confidence for Manchester United. Sancho finds Eriksen. Into Russell Luke down the left hand side. Fred is ahead of him. Bruno's in the box. So is Sancho. But he goes out to Fred. 1-on-1 against Walker. He finds Sancho on the edge of the box. Sancho holds the ball up here. Backwards to Bruno. Bruno to Eriksen. Eriksen. Out to that right side towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Brings the ball under control. 1-on-1 against Akanji. Claims for a handball. Nothing given. Casemiro into the box. Rashford's headed wide. Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? Manchester City 1. Manchester United 0, courtesy of a 13-second goal by Ilkay Gundogan. David De Gea getting some treatment here on his leg. The players step over to have a sip of water. Make sure you stay hydrated when the sun's out, ladies and gentlemen. As David De Gea's FA Cup final finished? Has it finished? Surely not. '25th minute. Jack Grealish can't believe himself. Aaron Wan-Bissaka having a word with the manager. How are we doing, guys? Alex Ferguson sat with the Glazers. And David Gill. Ortega to restart on this left-hand side. Diaz. Backwards to Ortega. Eriksen comes over to apply some pressure. Stones to Diaz. Bruno applying pressure. Akanji on that left-hand side. Bruno tracking back. Akanji puts the burners on. And he drives the ball into the Manchester United half. Threads the pass into Gundogan, but Varane is there. And he clears it out for a throwing for Manchester City on the halfway line. Gundogan into the middle towards Kevin De Bruyne, battling against Sancho, and he gets there ahead of him. Squares it into Bernardo Silva. Not seen a lot of him today. Down the right side. Stones holds onto the ball, goes backwards, and it's now Diaz on the centre circle. Diaz goes out wide to Akanji down that left-hand side. Into the path of Gundogan. Casemiro tracking back. Gundogan holds the ball up here. Back to Grealish. Rodri. Back to Akanji. And he floats it up top to Kyle Walker on this left-hand side. Kyle Walker on the halfway line. Bringing the ball forward. Backwards to Diaz on the halfway line. Bringing the ball forward here. Out to the path of Kevin De Bruyne. Fred comes up to cover. First time into Bernardo Silva. 1-on-1 against Luke Shaw. Manages to find a pass to Kevin De Bruyne. Left foot shot is wide. Just as he get his foot behind it. And it was just wide. Manchester United restarting the right side with David De Gea. Floats the ball up top towards Eriksen, who flicks it on. Bruno Fernandes can't get the header. Grealish. Kevin De Bruyne gets the header. Lindelof. But it falls to Bruno Fernandes on the centre circle. Over the top towards Rashford. Rashford's in behind Diaz here. Bringing the ball forward into the box. Akanji's tracking back. Rashford holds the ball up here. Out wide to Wan-Bissaka. Manchester United have the ball in the final third. Backwards to Rashford. Casemiro to Rashford. Back to Casemiro. Rashford makes a overlapping run, but Casemiro finds Wan-Bissaka. First time into the path of Bruno, but Bernardo Silva is there, and Man City will counter here. Gets away from Fred into the middle towards Kevin De Bruyne, but Varane is there, and Manchester United will counter here. Varane into the path of Bruno. Bruno has short to his left. Sancho through the middle. He finds it. Backwards to Fred. Bruno 1-2 with Fred. Casemiro. Manchester United have not let that early goal dictate how they feel. Casemiro finds Fred. Back heel to Bruno. Bruno holds the ball up here. Over the top towards Wan-Bissaka. He gets the head of Clays for a handball. Nothing given. Clays for a handball. Nothing given. 29 minutes played. And Stones will restart on this left-hand side. Walker on the edges of his own box. Walker on this left-hand side. Go to Ortega on this left-hand side. They're still looking at that handball that was... Oh, the referee's been told. The referee's been told to check the onside TV, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a VAR check here. About a minute after the handball claims were made. Let's have a look. It's a ball over the top. It's a ball over the top. Wan-Bissaka's there. Jack Grealish is in the box. 30 minutes in. Oh, it does hit his finger. It hits his finger. It hits his finger. You see it. You see it. Referee, is there going to be a penalty? Is Paul Tierney going to give a penalty? He's given the penalty. He's given the penalty, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester City won. Manchester United 0. 30 minutes into the game, and Manchester United have been given one of the biggest lifelines they will ever receive this season. Howard Red knows the cameras will be on him. Fred and Sancho step over the penalty spot. Referee's telling the players to step away. Well, we have a penalty. Who's going to take the penalty? Bruno Fernandes? He's got the ball in his hand. Against Ortega, who has not conceded in the FA Cup this season. Ruben Diaz telling Ortega what to expect from the Portuguese man. Bruno Fernandes will put the ball down on the spot. Jack Grealish still questioning why the handball was given. 31 minutes in. Manchester United conceded in the 13th second. Can Bruno Fernandes score and make it 1-1 and give Manchester United a hand in this game? Bruno Fernandes into the back of the net, and Manchester United have equalised with the help of VAR, and Bruno Fernandes makes it 1-1, and we now have a game on our hands. 32 minutes played, 1-1 at Wembley. A player's gone down here. Someone's thrown something. We've had a situation here as something's been thrown at the Manchester United players. One, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a game on our hands here as Jack Grealish has the ball here into the path of Gundogan into the box towards Bernardo Silva, heads it down to Kevin De Bruyne, back post, but it's over here, and it goes out for a goal kick on the right side. 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester United are back in this game. Something was thrown onto Victor Lindelof here. The Manchester United fans have woken up now. Long ball over the top. Akanji can't get there. Goes out for a Manchester City throwing on this left-hand side. 34 minutes play. Rodri leaves it to Akanji. Diaz hits the ball up top towards Haaland. Wan-Bissaka wins the ball off him. Into the path of Sancho. Sancho finds Eriksen. Can't return the ball. It's cleared away by Walker. Lindelof finds Luke Shaw on the right side being charged down by Bernardo Silva. But Luke Shaw couldn't keep it in play. It goes out for a Man City throwing on the right side. Oh, there's our guy. He's an England fan. Kyle Walker now to take the throwing on the right side. Backwards to Diaz on the left-hand side. 35 minutes played. Manchester City 1. Bruno Fernandes 1. Goals by the number 8s, ladies and gentlemen. Diaz on the halfway line. Holds the ball up here. Into Walker. Walker down the line to Kevin De Bruyne. Gets the head of Fred. There's a 1-2 with Stones. Brings the ball to the centre circle. Fred is applying the pressure. Into the pass of Akanji down the left-hand side. Bruno comes over to cover. But Jack Grealish can't get there ahead of Wan-Bissaka. And it goes out for a throwing here for Man City. 36 minutes played. Akanji with a throwing. Akanji to Stones. Brings the ball under control, but Sancho follows him. Lindelof goes back to keeper, and De Gea clears the ball down the line. Eriksen can't get there. Falls to Rodri. Rodri finds Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne manages to get it out of his feet and finds Stones. Bernardo Silva down the right side. Gets in behind into Stones. Gets away from Lindelof, and it goes out for a corner on the right side. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Manchester City 1, Manchester United 1. Kevin De Bruyne with a corner on the 37th minute. Takes it short to Bernardo Silva. Returns it back to Kevin De Bruyne. Back post is headed away by Casemiro. And Bruno Fernandes will hold it and clear the ball down the line. I am top towards Jadon Sancho. Can he get there ahead of Walker? No, he can't. And it falls to Bernardo Silva on the halfway line. Goes backwards to Kyle Walker. How are we doing in the chat? Where are we from and who do we support? Are we City fans? Are we Manchester United fans? Or are we just fans of football? Let me know in the chat. Let me know who you're repping. Are you repping red or are you repping blue? Akanji on that left-hand side. Plays a 1-2 with Stones. Floats the ball into the box towards Haaland, but Varane is there. Fred brings the ball under control. Loses the ball, but Shaw's there to cover. And Gundogan heads it on. And Manchester City restart on the halfway line. Walker. Bernardo Silva. Backwards to Walker. Switches it up top towards Jack Grealish, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka's there. Jack Grealish brings the ball under control. 1-on-1 against Wan-Bissaka. Let's see what Grealish can do this time. Squares it into the path of Gundogan on the edge of the box. Back to Grealish. 1-on-1 against Wan-Bissaka. Lays it into the path of Stones. Stones backwards, but no one's there. And Fred gets the head of De Bruyne. And Manchester United will try and counter here with Bernardo Silva. But Walker is there. And he finds Diaz. Bernardo Silva on the shot inside. Over the top towards Kevin De Bruyne, but Fred's there to win the header. And Manchester United will lay into the pass of Lindelof. Shaw, back to Fred. Fred to Casemiro. Playing out their own half here. Bruno Fernandes, back to Shaw. Down the line towards Eriksen. Eriksen can't take it out of his feet. And it falls to Stones on the centre circle. But Manchester United win it back with Casemiro. Christian Eriksen on the pole. Nothing given. Into the path of Rashford. Eriksen. There's going to be the foul. Is that going to be a yellow card for anyone? Casemiro's gone down here. You would say that, Jermaine Genius. You hate Manchester United. "40 minutes played. Manchester City won. Manchester United win. Rafael Varane on the shot inside. Backwards to Victor Lindelof. Shaw. To Bruno. Bruno holds the ball here. Into Victor Lindelof. Back to Bruno. Manchester United trying to play it out their own half. Shaw gets away from Bernardo Silva. Backwards to Bruno. Can't get the pass off. And Haaland wins the ball off the ricochet. And he holds the ball up here. But there's no one alongside him. And he goes into the path of Bernardo Silva on the shine side of Manchester United. Are now in possession of the ball. Sorry, are now back in position, should I say. Diaz goes out to Akanji on that left-hand side. Kevin De Bruyne, first time into Stones, but it's behind him. But Manchester United win it back with Rafael Varane. Christian Eriksen, back into Rashford. Rashford, back to Bruno. Sancho goes out wide to Casemiro. Into the pass of Sancho. Rashford down the right side and he finds him. Eriksen makes him in behind, so does Sancho. Rashford holds onto it. He's got Bruno on the edge of the box. Rashford's going on his own. It comes off the defender, but Rashford can't get there. It goes out for a corner on that right side for Manchester United. Manchester United are definitely happy with playing with the ball at their feet. They're not afraid to move the ball about. Corner for Manchester United on that right-hand side of the pitch. They were a goal down after 15 seconds. They managed to equalise, but can they get ahead? Eriksen with a ball into the box. Headed on. Varane is there and he hits it wide. Should have got it on target there, Rafael Varane. Of all the players you wanted to fall to, Rafael Varane is not the player. Ortega restarts with Akanji on that left-hand side. Goes on the outside of Bruno and he puts his foot down and he tries with the ball. Casemiro shocking back. Akanji into the middle, finds Ilkay Gundogan. He split the midfielders. Into the basket, Kevin De Bruyne. Fred's coming over to cover. Out to the right side, finds Bernardo Silva. Luke Shaw comes over. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. In behind towards Bernardo Silva. But Luke Shaw just puts his body in the way. Rashford for Manchester United. The referee has got a lot to decide here today, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Where are we from? Are we Manchester United fans? Are we Manchester City fans? Or are we just fans of football? David Beckham celebrates. Bruno Fernandes is equaliser. He needs to get his head out. Jack Grealish. He's still mourning about that penalty decision. Rashford brings the ball under control on that right side. He's got away from Akanji. Bringing the ball forward here. Into the middle towards Sancho, but it comes off Akanji. And it goes out for a Manchester United throw-in. And ladies and gentlemen, one thing's for sure. Manchester United have not let the game get away from them. They have the confidence to carry on playing. They have the confidence to play football with their feet, the short, intricate passes. They are not afraid to move it about, which is great to see for Manchester United. Offside. Manchester City restart on this left-hand side. Just a couple of seconds left of the first half before we have added time. I wouldn't be surprised if we get about 2-3 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. But how are we doing in the chat? Where are we from and who do we support? Are we Manchester United fans? Are we Man City fans? Let me know who you're repping. Let me know what you think of the game so far. Manchester United thought they were sleeping after conceding in the first 13 seconds of the game. Everyone was stunned, not just United fans. City fans were stunned also for a brief moment, should I say. Manchester United have managed to get themselves back into it. Akanji now on the ball on that left-hand side. 4 minutes of added time. Jack Grealish, one-on-one against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka shows him around the outside. He's forced to go backwards to Gundogan. Over the top towards Kyle Walker. Sancho comes over to cover. Walker holds on to the ball here. Squares it into Rodri. Rodri turns, puts his head up into Kevin De Bruyne, who has got away from Bruno Fernandes. Jack Grealish to his left, but he holds on to the ball. De Bruyne tries to put a ball into the box, but Rafael Varane is there, and Christian Eriksen finds Rashford. Rashford bites to Casemiro. Sancho on the ball, into the pass of Eriksen, intercepted. Sancho's brought down, free kick. Manchester United. We've not had a yellow card in this game so far. Is that not a tactical foul? Surely, ref, come on. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing? Where are we from and who do we support? Let me know in the chat. Don't be afraid to say hello. My name's Adam. This is a platform for all football fans around the world to come together and talk football. Doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter who you support. If you watch the international sport on this planet Earth, this is the platform for you. Lindelof puts the ball over the top towards Rashford. Rashford finds Sancho. Sancho can't get it off his feet. Rodri wins the ball. Diaz will just clear it away. Lindelof wins the header. Can Luke Shaw keep it in play? Yes, he does. And it comes off Bernardo Silva for throwing for Manchester United down this left-hand side. Shaw to take the throwing now. Into Fred. Trying to go down the outside of Walker. But Walker does well to cover. And Fred, he ricochets off Fred to Rashford. Rashford can't get out of his feet. Gundogan with the clearance. And he'll go out for Manchester United throwing down that right-hand side of the pitch. Where Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes over to take the throwing. Rafael Varane. Backwards to Lindelof on the centre circle. He goes all the way back to David De Gea on the right side. David De Gea holds the ball up here. Sees a run up top towards Marcus Rashford. Headed away by Diaz into the path of Akanji. Can Wan-Bissaka get there? No, he can't. He goes out wide to Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish can't get away from Rashford. Free kick, Man City. And Man City restart on this left-hand side. Diaz now on the ball on the centre circle. Bringing it forward. Is there one last chance for Man City before the end of the half? Rodri finds Stones in between the lines. Sancho can't get there. He holds the ball up here. Switches it out to the right side towards Bernardo Silva. He brings the ball under control. Luke Shaw can't get there. Bernardo Silva backwards to Kevin De Bruyne. Manchester United are chasing shadows at this point. Rodri back to De Bruyne. Walker into the middle finds Akanji. The Manchester United fans. Ooh, as Aaron Wan-Bissaka can't get there ahead of Jack Grealish. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka is claiming he didn't touch him there. Manchester City have a free kick down that left-hand side of the pitch as Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets the first yellow card of the game. Jack Grealish has bought one there. Kevin De Bruyne to take the free kick down that left-hand side of the pitch. Manchester United and Man City are currently 1-1 here in the FA Cup final. Can City get a goal before half-time? They got one just as the game kicked off. Can they get one before the first half ends? Let's find out as Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne step over. Bernardo Silva leaves it to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne into the box towards Haaland, but David De Gea has gathered it in his hands on the 49th minute as we approach the 50th. And he lays it into the path of Luke Shaw. And ladies and gentlemen, that is half-time here on Cal Sports Football. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 1. Manchester City go a goal up in the first 15 seconds of the game. But Manchester United pulled one back with a penalty on the 32nd minute. And we're all square before half-time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you for the second half. Stay tuned. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Players coming out here for the second half. Manchester United will kick off for the second time this game after kicking off 13 seconds after the first half. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Second half starts. Manchester United from left to right. Manchester City from right to left. What are we going to get in the second half? We got 2 goals in the first. What are we going to get in the second? Rodri gets there ahead of Rashford. Bruno can't get there ahead of Akanji. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka will pick the ball up on the halfway line for Manchester United. Backwards. Fred to Sancho. Rodri brings the ball down. Eriksen wins it back out to Bruno Fernandes on the outside. Aaron Wan-Bissaka makes a run behind, but it goes square to Sancho. Sancho gets out of his feet, gets himself into the box, carries on going on his own, tries to go around too many players. And Manchester City will break away here with Jack Grealish on the right side. Diaz to Casemiro. Kevin De Bruyne brings the ball under control. Gets away from Fred. Feeds the ball up top towards Erling Haaland. And David De Gea will gather in his hands here on the left-hand side. David De Gea to restart on the left-hand side. High up top towards Sancho. Diaz wins the header. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bruno can't get the header. Rodri. Akanji clears it away. And it falls to Rafael Varane on the left-hand side. And Manchester United will restart here. Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the halfway line. Backwards to Rafael Varane. Manchester United fans will be happy with what they saw in the first half. They saw a team concede in the first 13 seconds, but had the belief in their ability to carry on playing the game as David De Gea gives the ball away. And it goes up for throwing on the halfway line for Manchester City. Walker to restart here on the halfway line. Plays a 1-2 with Bernardo Silva on the right side. What is your prediction, Adam? Well, my prediction's gone out the window, Scuba Culture. I had a 90-minute slugfest. 0-0 all the way. Manchester United doing everything to stop City from scoring. Come up, corner, ball points in a box. Harry Maguire heads it into the path of Weghorst. All he needs is a touch on it with his foot. He completely miskicks it, hits his ass into the back of the net. Manchester United win 1-0. That could still happen. It's only 1-1. But we'll have to wait and see. As Stones gets away from Rashford and gets away from Eriksen. Goes out to Kyle Walker on the right side, who's got space to bring the ball into the Manchester United half. He lays it into the middle of Casemiro's there to intercept. And he finds Bruno. Bruno into Eriksen. A misplaced pass by Bruno Fernandes. And Kyle Walker wins the ball back. Stones goes out wide. Scuba Culture, what's your prediction? Now that is 1-1 in the first half. Like I said, Manchester United fans, as a Manchester United fan, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. The fact that Manchester United players haven't lost their confidence and the belief in the ability that they can play football. They've moved the ball about. Yes, it's not as beautiful as Man City, but when they've had the ball, they've moved it about. Diaz on the halfway line here. To Akanji. Into the middle finds Rodri. Stones playing in between the lines here. Walker goes out wide to Bernardo Silva. Bringing the ball forward here. Forcing Luke Shaw to come high up the pitch. Goes backwards to Diaz. Diaz finds Stones in the middle. And goes out wide to Bernardo Silva. Backwards to Walker here. Walker lays it into Diaz on the centre circle. Back to Walker. Diaz. Out to Bernardo Silva. First time into Kevin De Bruyne. 1-on-1 against Fred. On that right side. Luke Shaw's tracking back, but free kick given Manchester City. th minute played here. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 1 in the second half. Kevin De Bruyne with a free kick on that right hand side of the pitch. He's got 5 Man City players in the box. Manchester United have got 9 Manchester United players in the box. De Bruyne with a ball into the box. To the edge towards Gundogan. First time shot is in the back of the net. And it's another goal by Ilkay Gundogan. We just counted how many Manchester United players were in the box. And it's Ilkay Gundogan who manages to get his shot off. And it rolls into the box. Into the net. David De Gea scrounging. What is going on? Kevin De Bruyne, all players run to the edge. De Gea gets a hand on it and he can't stop it from going into the back of the net. Where are the players? Why is no one charging him down? Varane doesn't put a foot out. Casemiro doesn't put a foot out. David De Gea can't get a hand on it. And it goes into the back of the net. And it's 2-1. How are Manchester United allowing Ilkay Gundogan the ability, the chance? Christian Eriksen. Out wide to Bruno Fernandes, finds Jadon Sancho bringing the ball forward into the path of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Can't get away from Akanji. He does well to hold on to the ball here, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But Manchester United hits it out, play, and it goes out for a City, throwing on the shine side. 53rd minute play. Need to try and get themselves back into this game. Manchester United as Rodri goes out wide to Walker. Walker backwards to Ortega. Into the middle finds Rodri. Rodri to Kyle Walker. Can he get there? Yes, he does. Backwards to Ortega. Sancho applying the pressure. Cleared away into the path of Casemiro. Bruno on the pole. Holds on to it. Tries to take a shot, but it's blocked. It comes out to Wan-Bissaka. Akanji's there. Ball point to the box. Headed away by Diaz. Akanji picks the ball up in his own box and clears it down the line. Rafael Varane to Fred. And he goes back to Victor Lindelof on this left-hand side. David De Gea. To Lindelof. Luke Shaw. Holds on to the ball on that left-hand side. Feeds the ball down the line. Diaz gets there ahead of Sancho. And Walker will clean up here on the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva on the halfway line. Goes backwards to Rodri. Rodri in his own half. Threads it in between the lines towards Stones, who's got away from the place, bringing the ball forward here. Kevin De Bruyne to his right. He goes into Fred. Free kick given. Another free kick given for Manchester City here. Free kick Manchester City. We know what they did in the 5 minutes ago. What they're going to do now. Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva step over this free kick. "55 minutes played. Manchester City 2. Manchester United 1. Kevin De Bruyne steps up to take the free kick. He's assisted from 1. What's he going to do from this one? Is he going to go near post? David De Gea's been flat-footed all game. He puts the ball into the box, headed on by Stones. Can Haaland get there? Yes, he does, but Sancho wins it back. And Eriksen loses the ball. Kevin De Bruyne wins it back. He gets away from Christian Eriksen, right foot into the box. Goes out for a corner on that right side. Here we go, the free kick on the right side of the pitch. Sorry, corner on the right side for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne with a ball into the box, but Eriksen's there to head it away. Falls to Walker on the centre circle. Urged to shoot by the Manchester City fans because David De Gea does not look comfortable. Bernardo Silva to Diaz on the right side. Gundogan. To Diaz. Diaz finds Stones. Stones goes back to Diaz. Diaz on the right side. On the centre circle. Into the middle finds Rodri. No Manchester United players around him. Rodri holds onto the ball. Gets away from Eriksen. Gets away from Casemiro. Grealish on the left-hand side. He holds the ball up here. He can't get away from Casemiro. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka's there. He gets away from Jack Grealish. Rashford holds onto the ball out wide to Casemiro. Casemiro into the middle finds Bruno Fernandes. Bruno has Luke Shaw to his left. But Bruno holds onto the ball. Into the pass of Luke Shaw. 1-on-1 against Bernardo Silva here. 57 minutes played. Sancho comes deep. And he finds him in the box. He gets away from Kyle Walker. But Kyle Walker sticks a foot out, wins it back, and he brings the ball forward here. Gets away from Casemiro, finds Gundogan on the centre circle. And he holds the ball up here. Finds Jack Grealish down his left-hand side. Backwards to Akanji. Rodri on the centre circle, bringing it forward. Switches it out wide towards Bernardo Silva. Fred comes over to cover. He goes backwards to Walker. Diaz on the centre circle. Wide to Kyle Walker. He's got space on the right side to pick a man out. And he puts the ball into the box, but Lindelof is there. And Casemiro comes away with it, but Haaland's charging him down here. And he's ball watching, nothing here. No one's shouting man on there. Manchester United players need to wake up. Rodri to Akanji. Grealish in behind towards Gundogan on the left side. He's got Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland. He puts the ball over the top. But it's over here and it goes out for a Manchester United throwing on that left-hand side. What is David De Gea doing from that free kick? As Fred wins the ball back for Manchester United on the centre circle. Finds Bruno. He's got Sancho on that left-hand side. And what is Bruno Fernandes doing? What is Bruno Fernandes doing? Here we go with Diaz. Into the path of Akanji on the right side. Bringing the ball forward here for Manchester City. Into the United half. Can't get away from Casemiro, and Wan-Bissaka can't keep it in play. Goes out for a City throwing. It looks like Garnacho's going to be coming on here for Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho. Akanji to restart the game here. 60th minute played. Manchester City 2. Manchester United 1. Rodri goes all the way back to Ortega here on the right side. Short to Walker. Walker tries to get away from Sancho. He goes backwards to Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? It's your boy Adam here live on Couch Sports Football. Are you Manchester City fans? Are you Manchester United fans? Or are we just fans of football? Let me know what you think of the game. And do you think it was a penalty? Let me know. Akanji plays a 1-2 with FA Cup hat-trick coming. Wow. Ilkay Gundogan's on a hat-trick, ladies and gentlemen. Every single player that's involved in this game is part of history because this is the first Manchester derby in the FA Cup final. So a hat-trick in the final as Kevin De Bruyne picks the ball up on the edge of the box and he goes on the outside of Varane, but De Gea is forced to make a save. Stones finds Gundogan. Gundogan holds the ball up. Out wide to Bernardo Silva. Manchester United need to wake up here. Backwards to Stones. First time into the box towards back post. It's overhit. De Bruyne keeps the ball under control here. But a free kick given Manchester United's way. Manchester United making a substitution here. Alejandro Garnacho's coming on. And Christian Eriksen comes off. So Bruno Fernandes moves into midfield. Sancho down the right. Garnacho down the left. Rashford through the middle. Let's see what they can do here. David De Gea to restart on this left-hand side. Is that an absolute shocker today, ladies and gentlemen? An absolute shocker. De Gea to restart on this left-hand side. 62 minutes played. We have just under half an hour of the 90 to go, plus added time. And Manchester City are 2-1 up here. Jack Grealish wins the header. Wan-Bissaka will try and bring the ball under control. Gundogan's there, but Varane will clear it away. Jack Grealish heads it on. And Varane lets it go out for a Manchester United throwing. Victor Lindelof on the ball. Luke Shaw on the edge of his own box. Bernardo Silva applying pressure. Shaw being forced backwards to David De Gea on the 6-yard box. How are we doing in the chat? De Gea high up top. Stones with the header and he finds Rodri, and Rodri's got space to turn and bring it forward. Goes out wide to Bernardo Silva. Into the middle finds Stones. Backwards to Rodri. First time into Gundogan on the centre circle. Manchester City moving the ball about with ease. Akanji on the halfway line. Rodri turns. Brings the ball forward. Finds Stones in the middle. He puts his head up. Lines one up from distance. And maybe should have gone somewhere else. Maybe should have picked another avenue. David De Gea to restart. Rashford can't get there. Diaz wins the header. Casemiro brings the ball under control here. Hits the ball high up into the air. Garnacho against Walker. Walker wins the header. Rodri heads it on. Kevin De Bruyne can't get there ahead of Casemiro, and Lindelof finds Rafael Varane on this left-hand side, bringing the ball out of his own half here. And he's forced to go backwards, all the way back to David De Gea. 64 minutes played. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 1. Shaw goes backwards to De Gea. Manchester United just need to get some passes going. De Gea floats the ball up top. Bruno can't get there ahead of Stones. Kevin De Bruyne brings the ball under control. Haaland into the path of De Bruyne, but Varane's there to win the header and is headed away. And Rodri picks the ball up on the centre circle. Backwards to Walker. And Walker manages to find a pass into Stones. First time out wide to Rodri. Manchester United are chasing shadows here. Rodri into the middle. No one there, but it makes its way back into the pass of Grealish. One-on-one against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Goes out wide to Kevin De Bruyne. One-on-one against Fred. Holds the ball up here. Fred nearly falls to the ground here. Kevin De Bruyne, couple of step overs, but Fred wins the ball off him. And he runs into danger. And it's going to be a free kick. Manchester United on this left-hand side. Referees asked for the game to restart. Buck from the free kick. God knows what happened there. Rafael Varane to restart on this left-hand side. 65th minute. Manchester United 2. Manchester City 2. Manchester United 1. Luke Shaw on the ball on the left-hand side. Into Fred, being held up by Rodri. Rodri just urges it, pushes him off the ball, and manages to find a pass to Kyle Walker. These City players are far too strong for Manchester United right now. Everything about them shrug everyone off the ball. Here we go though, take on the penalty spot. Inter Milan finds Stones, and Manchester City have got away from the Manchester United press, and Rodri has the ball on the centre circle, and there's no one there for Manchester United. Rashford is doing his best to cut back, and he does well to win the ball back. Manages to find a pass into Garnacho. Garnacho bringing the ball forward here. Can't get away from Stones. And Casemiro can't get there. He falls to Gundogan on the centre circle. This is getting end-to-end, ladies and gentlemen. Gundogan bringing it forward. Rodri's holding his leg here. He's the last player they want to get injured. He's got Jack Grealish to his left. Gundogan holds the ball up here. Grealish into Stones. Rodri on the centre circle. Lays it into the path of Walker. Walker out wide to Silva. Plays a 1-2 with him. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? It's the FA Cup final here live on Couch Sports Football. Are you a City fan? Are you a United fan? Or are you an Inter Milan fan keeping an eye on how City play football? Let me know in the chat. Here we go with Walker. To Kevin De Bruyne. Gets the header short. Finds Stones on the centre circle. Stones puts his head up. Akanji's free to his left, but he gets away from Sancho and finds the pass into Kevin De Bruyne. But Fred is there. And it makes his way all the way back to David De Gea on this left-hand side. How are we all doing? Don't be afraid to say hello in the chat. As Varane has the ball. To Wan-Bissaka. Fred. To Casemiro. Into the gap, finds Wan-Bissaka on the halfway line, bringing the ball forward. Jack Grealish is doing his best to get him behind, but Wan-Bissaka holds the ball up here down the right side. He's got 3 players to aim for. Into Sancho. Bruno can't get there. It's clean away, but Fred will get there ahead of Gundogan and find Casemiro. Lindelof on the centre circle. Bringing the ball into the City half. Can Manchester United keep this pressure alive? Lindelof bringing the ball forward here. Wan-Bissaka's free down the right side, but he goes into Bruno. Bruno finds Rashford on the edge of the box. Takes a snapshot and it's over the bar. 68th minute, Manchester United are trying. They're trying, ladies and gentlemen. They are not rolling over. How are we doing? Where are you from? If you're not following, hit that follow button. Here we go though, Tega on the 6-yard box. Goes out wide to Kyle Walker. 1-on-1 against Garnacho. can't get away from him. And he manages to find a pass into Stones. Stones finds Rodri. Rodri on the right side. Bring the ball forward onto the centre circle. Out to the left side is Akanji. 69th minute played. Manchester City 2. Manchester United 1. Rodri on the centre circle. Finds Stones. Gets away from Bruno. Squares it into Akanji. Backwards to Diaz on the centre circle. Into the middle finds Stones. Stones has Bernardo Silva free down the right side if he can find him. And it's a misplaced pass. Goes out for a Manchester United throwing. Bernardo Silva on the ball on the left-hand side. Passes it all the way back to Diaz in his own half. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? 70th minute. City 2. United 1. Diaz goes all the way back to Ortega here on the right side. Into the middle finds Rodri. Rodri goes backwards to Diaz and it's squared into the path of Akanji. Gundogan. Forced to go backwards. Akanji. To Diaz. Diaz back to Ortega. 6-yard box. Rashford applying pressure. Ortega high up top towards Haaland. Battling against Varane. He gets away from Varane. But Haaland's doing his best. Varane is doing the same. And it falls to Gundogan. Out to the left side is Jack Grealish. He's got space now. 1-on-1 against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Into the middle towards Gundogan. Across the 6-yard box. And Lindelof is there. But he falls to Jack Grealish. Lays it back to Haaland. Haaland with a shot saved by the hair. Gundogan is there. And Gundogan gets the hat-trick. But the offside flag goes up. The offside flag goes up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look. Is he offside, Ilkay Gundogan? Yeah, he's offside. He's offside. Thank God. Thank the Lord he's offside. Thank the Lord he's offside. Manchester United giving another lifeline here. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 1. De Gea to restart. Prediction almost came true. Yeah, nearly did. Walker tries to get there ahead of Rashford. Clears it down the line. Kevin De Bruyne can't get there. He'll fall to Lindelof. Out to Luke Shaw on the left side. Gets away from Bernardo Silva. Gets away from Rodri. Garnacho keeps it alive to Bruno. Bruno into Garnacho. On the edge of the box here. Right foot shot. Oh, Garnacho just wide. Garnacho just wide. Alejandro Garnacho. Guys, if you're new around here, say hello in the chat. Let me know where you're from and who you support. He beat the keeper there. Just had to get it on target. 72 minutes played. City restart on the Shrine side. Ortega. Looking for a pass. Squares it into Diaz on the Shrine side. He finds Rodri. Back to Diaz. Down the line. Up top towards Haaland. But Varane wins the header. Rashford. Into the path of Fred. No offside given. Fred holds onto the ball here. Sancho on the Shrine side. He's got Bruno to his right and he finds him. Bruno, right foot into the box towards Rashford, headed away by Diaz. It falls to Fred, back to Bruno. Bruno 1-on-1 against Gundogan. Gets himself in the box and his shot goes out for a corner down the right side. Manchester United giving themselves something to work with here. 73rd minute into the game. Manchester United are a goal down here in the FA Cup final. Can they get themselves back into the game? They conceded from a set piece. Can they score from one? Bruno Fernandes puts the ball into the box towards Rafael Varane. It goes over everyone. Luke Shaw keeps it alive down the left-hand side. Fred. Over the top into the box. Casemiro's there to win the header, but it's cleared away by Kevin De Bruyne. And it falls to Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the centre circle. Sancho. Back to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Sancho, and he makes his way all the way back to David De Gea here on this left-hand side. De Gea now bringing the ball forward. Clears the ball down the line, high up top towards Marcus Rashford. Can he get the head of Walker? Yes, he does. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. And he holds the ball up here for Manchester United down the left-hand side of the pitch. Looking for a United player to help him. He finds Casemiro. Gundogan's coming over. Screams a man on. Backwards to Fred. Fred gets away from Kevin De Bruyne. He holds the ball up here. Looking for a pass. Goes out to Rashford. Rashford into the middle. Finds Sancho in the box here. Sancho holds the ball up. Back to Fred. Into the middle, but it's cleared away by Rodri. And it falls to Casemiro, who takes it out of his feet. Takes the shot and is blocked by Grealish. But it'll fall to Rafael Varane on the halfway line. Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne both asking the City players to come forward. Lindelof on the ball. Goes backwards to David De Gea. This game has not ended, ladies and gentlemen. There's another goal in this game. Lindelof. Out wide to Garnacho on that left-hand side. He's got space to bring the ball forward. 1-1 against Walker. Into Casemiro. Returns it back to Garnacho. He's got Sancho to his left. Rashford to his right. He goes on his own. Garnacho with a shot that is blocked. And it falls to Casemiro. He finds Bruno into the box first time. Cleared away by Walker. Casemiro will keep it alive. He gets the head of Bernardo Silva. Finds Sancho, but offside flag is given. And Man City restart on the right side. '75th minute into the game. Manchester City make a substitution. Kevin De Bruyne comes off for Phil Foden. 14 minutes of the 90 plus added time. 2-1 here to City. But Manchester United are not giving up. Ortega to restart. Ortega to restart on the Shine side. Looks like Wout Weghorst is going to be coming on. Ortega with a ball up top. Headed on by Haaland, who's laid his hair out. He's laid his hair out, Erling Haaland. Looks like Manchester United are going to be making a substitution with Wout Weghorst coming on for probably Jadon Sancho, I'm assuming. Kyle Walker to take the throwing on that right side. There needs to be another goal in this game. 72nd minute. Lindelof gets there ahead of Haaland, but he can't find the Manchester United player forward and goes backwards to Walker. Up top towards Haaland. Varane comes over to cover. Haaland holds the ball up here. Back to Bernardo Silva. Off Varane. Into the middle, but it's intercepted by Fred. It falls to Rodri. Back to Bernardo Silva. Over the top towards Haaland. Brings the ball down, but Lindelof is there. Bruno can't clear it away. Free kick given Manchester United. Jadon Sancho comes off for Wout Weghorst. So it's a 4-3-3, ladies and gentlemen. Or a 4-4-2 diamond with Wout Weghorst sitting at the top. Casemiro on this left-hand side, 78th minute. Ladies and gentlemen, Casemiro has not lost a domestic final in his career. Wan-Bissaka on the right side, over the top towards Bruno. Brings the ball under control, back to Wan-Bissaka. Loses the ball to Jack Grealish. No one shouts man on in this Manchester United team as Jack Grealish gets away from Fred. And he now brings the ball forward down the left-hand side. Fred's on not got a yellow card yet. And he's going to get a yellow card for that one. He's going to get a yellow card for that one. Fred gets a yellow card, probably the easiest yellow card this referee's given in his career. Tactical one. David Beckham shaking his head on the sidelines. Manchester City 2. Manchester United 1 here. City have a free kick on this left-hand side of the pitch. Kevin De Bruyne is not on the pitch now. So it's up to Phil Foden, Gundogan, to see what they can do. Foden leaves it to Gundogan. Gundogan passes it to Foden on the left-hand side. Back to Gundogan. Manchester United players giving him the space to bring it forward down the left-hand side. Beggs comes on, scores a late equaliser. In our dreams, mate. In our dreams. Foden brings the ball under control. In the box here. Comes off Wan-Bissaka. Returns it back to Foden. Claims for a handball. Nothing given. Foden holds the ball up here. Puts the ball back into the box towards Haaland. Shaw with the header. It falls to Bernardo Silva. Right foot shot. Across the middle and no one's there. It goes out for a goal kick. As Akanji was trying his best to get on the end of that. Big header by Luke Shaw against Haaland there. Free kick here. Sorry, lurking, bro. Triple X, how you doing, my brother? Welcome to the stream. 10 minutes and 90 to go. Manchester City 2. Manchester United 1. This game ain't over. There's another goal in this game. Will it be Manchester United? Will it be Manchester United? We'll have to wait and see. City fans are waking up in this game. United fans are staying silent. Haaland wins the header into the path of Silva. Backwards to Foden. Foden against Fred. Fred gets there first. Fred got there first, ref. Free kick on the right side for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva steps over to take it. Stefan Ortega gets a yellow card for time wasting. Looks like it. He's not conceded in the FA Cup. That's probably his first yellow card in the FA Cup. Probably first yellow card in his Manchester City career. As Manchester City have a free kick on the 81st minute. They're a goal up here. Can they get a second goal for their lead? Phil Foden on the ball. Out wide to Ilkay Gundogan. Claims for offside. Nothing given. It goes out for a goal kick for Manchester United. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Where are you from and who do you support? Are you City fans? Are you United fans? Or are you just fans of football? With 8 minutes of the 90 to go, it's 2-1 here in this Manchester derby. Casemiro bringing it forward. Into middle towards Van Veghorst on the centre circle. Rashford takes it off him, but offside flag goes up. And Manchester City restart on the right side. Looks like United are going to be making a substitution. Scott McTominay is going to be coming on here for Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof is coming on here for... Scott McTominay is coming off for Victor Lindelof. There's going to be 3. Wow, he's gone. He's packed the midfield and he's told Rafael Varane's going one-on-one against Haaland. Stones returns it back to Haaland. Foden makes a run. Haaland goes on the edge. He gets away from the defender. It comes off the Manchester United players into the path of Haaland and it goes wide. Wow. Manchester United restart. So they've gone three midfielders in the middle with Fred, Casemiro, Scott McTominay, Varane, Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, the defenders. And then you've got the attackers as Walker tries to get their header. Garnacho can't get there and it goes out for a Manchester United throwing on the left-hand side. Garnacho to take it quickly in the 83rd minute. Backwards to Fred. Fred to Luke Shaw. Garnacho gets away from Walker, but it's cleared away into the path of Rafael Varane on the halfway line. Wan-Bissaka. All the way back to David De Gea. Jack Grealish comes over to apply some pressure. De Gea high up into the air. Bruno flicked on. Akanji wins the header. And it falls to Ilkay Gundogan on the left side. Scott McTominay applying. Coming over to cover. Insinuel finds Rodri. Rodri floats it out wide to Bernardo Silva. Garnacho's tracking back. Shaw is over to cover. Backwards to Stones. Out wide to Gundogan. Backwards to Walker. Walker on the halfway line. Out wide to Bernardo Silva. Over the top towards Gundogan, but Fred is there. He's going to fall to Bernardo Silva. He goes after a Manchester United throwing. 84th minute, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? How are we doing? Where are we from and who do we support as Weghorst flicks it into Rashford. Rashford finds Weghorst on the halfway line. Out to Scott Bruno into Rashford. He's got Bruno down the right side, but it's intercepted. Scott McTominay per Rashford. Out to Garnacho down the left hand side. 1-on-1 against the defender. Back to Rashford on the edge of the box. He can't get his shot off, and Rodri clears it away. Only into the path of Luke Shaw down the left hand side. Manchester United win the pullback with Garnacho. 1-on-1 against the defender. Gets away from Bernardo Silva. Gets himself into the box, and it comes off the United player for a goal kick on the right side on the 85th minute. Manchester United are not giving up without a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Ortega to restart on the right side. '85th minute here. Can City hold out for 4.5 minutes? We'll have to wait and see. Ortega high up into the air. Haaland gets the head of Varane, but Casemiro wins the pullback. Foden can't get there, and it falls to Fred. Luke Shaw on the pole. Down the line to Garnacho, spins away, but it's cleared away by Man City. And it's a free kick for Manchester United on the halfway line. Casemiro to take the free kick. 4 minutes of the 90 to go plus added time. Manchester United with a free kick here. United doing their best here to create an atmosphere. Shaw goes backwards to David De Gea here on this left-hand side. De Gea bringing it forward. High up into the air. Towards Weghorst. He brings the ball down into Rashford. Rashford to Weghorst. To Scott McTominay. His shot is blocked. And it comes out to Bruno. Brings the Bruno under control. 1-on-1 against Akanji. Holds onto it here. Goes backwards to Fred. Fred, left foot. Onto the edge, Rashford. Rashford gets it off his feet. Backwards to Luke Shaw. Manchester United needs to get the ball into the box. Out wide to Bruno. Bruno, 1-on-1 against Akanji. Couple of step overs, left foot, right foot, right foot, left foot into the box, back post. It's over, everyone. It goes out for a goal kick. '87th minute, ladies and gentlemen. Two and a half to go. Ortega to restart. High up into the air. Headed on by Luke Shaw. Diaz brings the ball under control, heads it back to Ortega, where Weghorst will charge him down. Ortega gathers it in his hands here. 2 minutes to go. Are City going to hold on here? High up into the air. Rafael Varane gets the head of Haaland. It falls to Luke Shaw. Shaw down the line into Garnacho. Garnacho holds the ball up here. Gets away from Foden. Backwards to Shaw. Is there one last chance for Manchester United? Casemiro can't get there. Bruno can't get there. It falls to Akanji. And Jack Grealish comes away with it here on the right side. Backwards to Akanji. Feeds the ball down the line. First time into Ilkay Gundogan. He's got Haaland through the middle of Gundogan. Holds the ball up here. Jack Grealish on this left-hand side. 1.5 minutes. Returns it back to Gundogan. Gets himself into the box. Rafael Varane is there. Across the middle and it's cleared out. And it goes out for a throwing on this left-hand side. Manchester United players are running out of gas here. Man City making a substitution now. With a minute to go of the 90 plus added time. Jack Grealish coming off. To Nathan Ake. Pep Guardiola shoring it up at the back, ladies and gentlemen. 89th minute. Casemiro clears the ball high up into the air. Luke Shaw heads it out of the box. The Garnacho gets there ahead of Bernardo Silva, but it falls to Rafael Varane. And Varane finds Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the left-hand side. But Akanji's there. It falls to Bruno. Bruno gets away from the player. Handball for Rodri. But the referee gives advantage. Wan-Bissaka gets there first. The referee's going to pull it back here, and that's going to be a yellow card to Rodri. '89th minute here. Manchester City 2. Manchester United 1. 10 seconds of the 90 plus added time. This is the moment for Manchester United to score. Can they equalise? Long ball over the top. Van Veghorst can't get there. It's cleared away. Scott McTominay heads it on. It's Bernardo Silva with the clearance. Gundogan brings the ball down, but Fred is there. It falls to Garnacho. Gets himself on the edge of the box. Gets himself across the middle. Cleared away by Akanji. High up into the air. Garnacho will get there. Backwards to Shaw. Leaves it to Fred. Into the box. Headed away by Haaland. It comes back to Gundogan. Falls to Rodri. High up into the air. 4 minutes of added time, ladies and gentlemen. Foden brings the ball under control, but Bruno wins it back, and it goes back to Luke Shaw. Shaw over the top. Free kick given Manchester United on this left-hand side. 4 minutes of added time. 3.5 to go, ladies and gentlemen. Bruno to restart on this left-hand side. Can Manchester United wake up their inner 1999 treble winning side and get a last-minute equaliser? Garnacho on the ball on the left-hand side. One-on-one against Bernardo Silva. Back to Luke Shaw. Into the box. Heading away. It falls to Scott McTominay. Cleared on the edge. Is it going to its way? Scott McTominay is ricocheted over. And it goes out for a corner on the right side. Corner for Manchester United on the right side of the pitch. Bruno Fernandes to restart on the right side. 2 minutes of that added time to play. There's a goal that stands between these two teams. It either finishes in the 90 or it goes to extra time. It's up to Manchester United. Can they do it? Bruno Fernandes steps over to take the corner. It needs one moment of brilliance. Ball point to the box. Scott McTominay can't get there. It's cleared away by Walker. Luke Shaw brings the ball under control. Holds the ball up here. Into Garnacho. Backwards to Shaw. In behind towards Garnacho, who gets ahead of Walker. Ball point to the box. It's over everyone. Casemiro will do his best to keep it in play here. And it goes out for a throw-in for Manchester City. Casemiro's done. He's run out of gas. He's run out of gas with 1.5 to go. One minute left, ladies and gentlemen. And Manchester City could have sealed the double. There's a delay because Walker's gone down off the ball here. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? "30 seconds left to go. City 2, United 1. As the Manchester City fans sing Blue Moon, Alex Ferguson fuming. He's fuming. He's absolutely fuming. Walker steps off the pitch as Laporte comes on here. Kyle Walker comes off as Aymeric Laporte joins. 94th minute has been played. Man City have a throwing down this right side. And let's see how long we're going to get in this game. Is the game over? Is the game over? Long throw it, headed on by Varane. Falls to Foden, gets away from Fred. Brings the ball under control. Down the line towards Varane. Haaland charges him down. Haaland down the ball here on the left-hand side. But he's just going to run the clock down. Erling Haaland, that's football brains there. And it goes up for a throwing on the left-hand side. 95th minute here. Foden to restart here. To Haaland. Haaland holds the ball up here. And it's cleared away by Varane for another City throw-in. And I think that's that, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's that. Ake to take the throwing here. Ake with a long throwing towards Haaland. Headed away by Varane. Flicked on by Bruno. Headed on by Casemiro. Cleared away by Diaz. Bruno keeps the game alive. High up into the air. Walker heads it back to Ortega. And Ortega will gather it in his hands. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. It's finished. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 1 here in the FA Cup final. And Manchester City have sealed the double. We'll see you in Istanbul, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Peace.